Well, intuition, people often think about it very, very differently. But it's a kind of inner knowingness that when we call it intuition, we think of it as a kind of a positive inner knowingness about I can do this or I can't do that, or this will be helpful, that wouldn't, or to go here and not go there, and so on. So there's an inner knowingness that we all have. And if we can trust that inner knowingness, it's been called by many different names in different cultures and different traditions. In the ancient spiritual world, it was called God. And we can listen to that voice of God inside as a guidance. In the new science of quantum physics, it's just we're all part of a unified field, one consciousness of the whole universe. So whatever label or name we put on it is meaningful to you, it's important just to take that one and go to realize it's not the chatter in my mind of my ego voice that's bringing me worries and fears and judgments and things like that, because that never really helps anybody, including myself. But if I can get past listening to that ego voice, it's been called many names throughout the centuries. The wolf in sheep's clothing, the devil, the great deceiver, the liar, the ego, it's been called all those things. That voice is the deceiver. It does not help us feel better. It just makes us worry or be afraid, think we're protecting ourselves in it. But if we can let that voice go and come back to that quieter voice, whether you do deep breathing, that can help, or you do some form of meditation, that can help, or you just have a time that's quiet time, where you look out at the ocean and listen to the waves, and just have that as quiet time. But if I can do that and just open my mind to inspiration and guidance in a positive way, wherever I think it might be coming from, then I'm going to feel differently, I'll react differently, I'll think differently. People will experience me differently too. But I'll be happier and healthier. It's the whole bottom line piece of it. They might do deep breathing and focus on that. They might do deep breathing and count as they breathe, so they can't think of the thoughts. If I breathe in, 2, 3, or 4, and out, the number 2. But as I'm doing that, I can't be thinking disturbing thoughts. And I'm also bringing in the oxygen, which goes in, and if I breathe it deeply, it goes up to my brain, and it calms down the cortisol and adrenaline, which are the stress hormones. And because what happens if we don't calm those down, we can get as addicted to those hormones as one can to heroin. And that's what most of our news does, and so much of our culture does. So many movies, so many TV shows, they just portray the negative side. It stirs up cortisol and adrenaline, but that means that they're addicted to that, and then they can sell the ads or the programs for much more if they do that. But if they will calm down what they're thinking that stirs up that stress and go into that quieter place, then they can experience more peace and fulfillment in their lives and their bodies and in their interactions with others. So if you'd like to learn more about what tools you can use, you could visit my website, and so I'll be glad to share some of those things there. But also just knowing that if you want to work at it more deeply, yes, we can do that. Feel free to give me a call if you want more direct help. But the main thing is that we all can take back more power than we think we have. And we can use it in a positive way, not overpowering other people, but just taking back our own power to determine how I feel and what my peace or conflict is or what my health or sickness is. We can take back much more of that power ourselves. And we can all learn the tools to do that.